Hey, Donald Miller here. Good morning. Um, so, real quick, especially this is going to go out for if you're joining the 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 construction industry, or if you're joining the electrical trade. Adapt to the trade. Okay, there's a certain lifestyle a tradesman lives. Okay, and the more you adapt to it, the better your success will be in the trades. Okay, you you can't bring a lifestyle into the trades and think it's going to work. A tradesman lifestyle is basically the same all around. All right, we have weekends off. Okay, we have holidays off, and that's a normal given. That's some of the benefits of being a tradesman. But as a tradesman, you're also expected to go to bed at a reasonable hour every night. Okay, and that's part of the line of work. Okay, so if you're expecting to stay up and watch the Late Show, and then get up in enough time to go to work and be coherent on the site, it doesn't always work. So the more you can adapt your off hours to the trade, the better your life and the easier becoming a tradesman will be. Okay, so for example, I know I start my day early. Okay, and I understand it's a little bit earlier than most people. Like it's 5:30 in the morning, I'm already in the office. Usually I'm up and I try to get to the office by 5 a.m. That means I'm usually in my chair, you know, falling asleep at 9:30, 10 o'clock. And I'm okay with that. I'm comfortable with that. If when I was younger in the trade, you'll see contractors or you'll see tradesmen, if they drink after work, they'll drink right after work. Like they'll get off and they'll go to the bar and they'll have a couple beers, but they usually come home by dinner time. They eat dinner and then they relax and they go to sleep because they can't be drinking at night and going on the job in the morning because it doesn't work. You burn the candle at both ends, and you're really not benefiting your career in any way. All right, so especially some of these young guys, they think they can be a tradesman or enter this trade and not adapt their lifestyle to it. Okay, they're like, if I was working in a kitchen, I would know that my day would start at 3:30 in the afternoon. It would go late hours. You have to adapt your lifestyle to whatever career you're going towards. All right, so being a tradesman, there's a lot of benefits to it. Okay, but if you're gonna excel in I'm in the electrical trade. If you're gonna excel in the electrical trade, you have to adapt to it. Okay, this trade has been here a lot longer than you, and the more you adapt to that lifestyle, the better you're gonna become. All right, and there it goes more into it. Like you can easily the there's two different types of people in the electrical trade. You have the ones that are going to be tradesmen and master electricians, and then you have ones that are, they're here because whatever, they didn't put their shit together and they just have a job. Well, the pay scale is there's a huge range in pay scale here. So you have the career oriented electricians that they're going to make a good amount of money. But we also have room for the ones that, are here for a job. And if you're young in this trade, you need to decide which way you're going. And if you're going for that higher compensation, then there's a different path you need to take. Okay. And it comes down to how you are in the morning, how coherent you are, how honest you are with, if you're with a decent company, there's going to be tradesmen above you. Okay. And if you're learning this trade, if you learn it correctly, you'll go up. And there is no fooling. This is the big thing that drives me crazy is there's people that in this trade that try to make more than they're worth, and they think they can fool people, okay? And the only people they fool are people that are underneath of them. And this is what I mean by that. Like, you'll have these mechanics that run around with a cordless drill and 2 tools in their back pocket, okay? And they might be able to do outlets and switches or whatever, all right? Well, newcomers that are coming into this trade, they think that guy's Joe Cool. All right, look at him walk around. He's got his cordless. He's got like a couple tools in his back pocket. Okay, so they fool the people underneath of him. All right, and this is what I warn these new guys that are coming into this trade. Watch who you think are cool and watch who you think are competent. Just because they know more than you doesn't mean they're a decent tradesman in any way, shape, or form. So you need to have your filter up a little bit, and you need to really watch who you are admiring to be, all right? Because personally, when I see that Joe Cool guy, okay, and I see the 2 tools and I see the cordless, the moment I give him something difficult to do or something that requires him to buckle down, the guy usually melts like a snowflake, okay? He'll make excuses, oh, I can't do this, I don't have this, I don't have that, or, you know, they always weasel their way out of a problem because, honestly, they can't handle the problem. Or at least they can't handle the problem correctly. Where some of these older guys in this trade, you know, the ones that actually have like a tool belt that actually, it shows the age and the wear on it, you know, they'll approach a problem and they'll break that problem down perfectly. And there's just a different level there, all right? So if you're going to enter this trade, you need to enter this trade knowing what you want to be, okay? And if you're entering this trade to be a true tradesman, then you're entering this trade to do work correctly, to take honor and pride in your work and not to take shortcuts, okay? The last thing you should be doing is trying to avoid work, okay? And it drives me crazy, guys that try to avoid doing everything, okay? They rush their switches or they rush their receptacles. Like, if this is gonna be your career, quality should always come first. Like, you should be taking honor in what you're doing. And if it's installing a receptacle, it should be perfect. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand that. I don't understand guys that are just slapping stuff together for a paycheck. Like, that's a pathetic life. Okay, there's no happiness there. It's just all about just get it done so I can go to the bar, or get it done so I can go smoke weed. It's really pathetic, all right? And so that's why usually some of these videos I'm making is to steer guys away from that, okay? Because that Joe Cool guy is not cool in any way if you look at him from a tradesman view, all right? The best thing I would tell you is in every company, electrical company, there's gonna be decent guys, and then there's gonna be like a group of show-offs, or like these guys that try to skate an 8, or they're hiding in corners, or they just don't want to work hard, really. I never wanted to roll at 8 hours, okay? I wanted to become a tradesman, and I learned very early on that to become a mechanic or a master mechanic, it takes 10,000 hours, okay? And there's books out there that prove that fact. Well, if you're only working 8 hours, and by all means, you're not working 8 hours, okay? If you look at the time that you clock in, your breaks that you take, okay, the times where then you have your lunch, okay, you're lucky if you put 6 hours in towards your trade. Well, do the math. If you have 10,000 hours to become a master mechanic and you're only putting 6 hours of work in a day, if you're lucky, it's going to take you forever, and usually you're going to become complacent, and you're just going to reach a certain level, and then you're just going to ride it. All right. Where there's another group where, like that, I was part of this other group because the people I worked underneath, one of them being my mentor, would have no parts of it. Okay. So if there was a 12-hour day, we would hit it. Okay. If there was a 10-hour day, we would hit it. And as soon as I was able to, my leash was lengthened. Okay, if you're new in this trade, they're gonna have a tight leash on you, so you're not gonna be allowed to stray. You're not gonna be given that much responsibility. But as you get into this trade a little bit, your leash gets lengthened, so you're allowed to go off and do like 3 hours worth of work without anyone around. That grows to the point where you can start working as many hours as you want to work. And that's when I really started putting hours in. And it will show in your work ethic. It'll show in the quality of the work that you do. And you will build your own quality standard. And that's really what you want to do. You don't want the minimum, okay? That you're going to get paid the minimum if you do the minimum. All right? If you set your quality standard higher, you'll get compensated higher. And you have to get into this practice early. So the moment you can start banking hours towards that 10,000 hour number, do so, okay? It will benefit you. So again, this all comes down to, if you're gonna be in the electrical trade for the rest of your life, okay, mold your life around the trade, okay? The trades will provide a certain lifestyle to you, and it's a good lifestyle, all right? But you have to mold around it. It will never mold around you, okay? And that there's a big difference there, all right? So I'll make other videos about it. I just wanted to put that out there because I did have a meeting with the guys about a week ago about this, because they were crying that they had to work more than 8 hours, all right? Well, you know, when I was entering this trade, okay, it was feast or famine, all right? So either we were banking hours or we would go slow for periods of time. And the old timers, you know, used to tell me, put 6 weeks of pay away. So if we do go slow, then you'll have a little nest so you're not stressing out, okay? Never live full tilt as a tradesman. That was explained to me from the very beginning, okay? You want to live on 75% of your total paycheck, and that 25% is supposed to go away. Now, if you structured your life differently and you're living full tilt, that's your problem, all right? You're supposed to, and this was advised to me, now take it or leave it, okay, 75% of your paycheck you're supposed to live on. All your bills are supposed to be based on 75%, okay? And that last 25% you're supposed to be saving, all right? That way when we get slow, you have that to fall back on and you're not worried too much. There's more to it, but that's the beginning and that's a good start, all right? So God bless. Enjoy your day out there. Thanks for watching.